Ugo Gaga? Ugo? What? Nonsense! Don't be ridiculous.
Agnes, what is this nonsense?
Nonsense. Nonsense.
You said convey. It's nonsense.
Nonsense.
What nonsense?
That is nonsense.
Nonsense.
What white nonsense is this?
I knew it. I'm surrounded by...
It's nonsense. Nonsense. Bert, what utter nonsense.
And we're back, and welcome back to What Nonsense. Took you by surprise, did I?
No.
All right, we're all here. Alex, that one.
Hello.
Mikey, that one. Josip, Daniel.
Good to be back.
Step closer, mate. For this one.
You have to swap seats when we get closer.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're all in the frame. It's
We're all
good.
in. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We have another great week of talking shit with one another and, making it up as we go. What are we going to be talking about? A bit of Paris Olympics, a bit of Kamala. Have you heard of dead internet theory? Bit of that.
Watch my film at one point.
We're going to watch his film.
And also talk about the shit haircut. Looks like a toupee.
We don't care about that. And yeah. So, welcome back, everybody. How are we all?
Well,
Yeah,
Fabulous.
well, we'll stay away from that.
yeah, I'm going good too.
Yeah?
Yeah, you too.
And yeah, nothing really much going on.
Cool.
So you been good? Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
good.
Now you think it's a toupee.
That was great.
You put it in our heads.
The back of it looks like it too.
Okay.
It sits
The
on
front of it does. Yeah.
Will you do this?
My forehead's too big. It's gonna be.
I was just wanting to see how big it was.
He's exposed me on fucking live TV. Sorry for swearing.
It's not live TV. It's just YouTube. Live YouTube.
Still live.
Nobody's watching.
No one cares.
That's how we get. All right. And Paris Olympics. What do we think about the Paris Olympics?
I haven't seen much, but the little I've
Open
seen,
ceremony
not good.
sucks.
The what?
The open ceremony.
The opening ceremony, yeah.
Sucks.
Like, what did you hear about?
Yeah. The little that I have heard and seen, it
Yeah, watched-
doesn't
okay.
look too good.
I
I've
didn't
seen
watch
most
it.
of the clips of people
Okay.
saying how bad a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say it here?
Already. Excuse me?
Are we allowed to say it?
Say what? You got to
Choose
say
your
it,
words
say
wisely.
it carefully.
It was pretty odd how it looks similar to the
The Last Supper.
Last Supper and what the Bible usually goes against, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Just tiptoeing around there.
Yeah, I can see where you're going.
It's all right.
Any other thoughts?
Looks like specific events that occur often in cities, like lots of colourful people walking through them with different personalities.
Uh-huh.
It was very reminiscent of that. Pride events.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right.
thought I just said it
Yeah,
more
okay.
directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You before I go on.
Oh, no.
Any
You start
thoughts?
first.
Me start
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Don't put the pressure on us.
Well, no, because often I'll speak about something and you'll just go, yeah. So it's
Oh,
like,
you're putting me
so-
back into
so-
it.
so I
Deflecting
wanna go-
again.
yeah, yeah.
I want to
Deflecting
give
again.
you a chance to speak
Oh,
first.
no. You can go.
All right, fine.
What did I say before we turned this on?
There'll be conflict.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel it.
All right. Look, I this all has to be prefaced, I guess, because I mean, it came across quite almost satanic in certain parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had the rider of the one of the riders of the apocalypse.
Oh, the horseman.
Headless horseman.
The
Jesus.
horseman.
Yeah.
Not the headless horseman, the white horse.
Yeah, the white.
The white horse. And his name is synonymous with death, except they didn't have that. But that's the line that goes with that.
Mm.
There was the Last Supper rendition with all trans. I think they were all trans or gay.
I think there were drag queens.
Yeah. So okay. So not necessarily trans, but just drag.
There probably would be some there.
Sure.
I don't know, and like different sexualities. But
I'm all for
Inclusivity.
inclusivity. You want to be prideful and do your praise and stuff like that. Great. I think it's a little tricky once you start pissing all over religion. I've had a long and varied relationship with religion. Like I was brought up Catholic. I did the communion and all that sort of jazz. Good one. Was that you? Oh, I thought I heard a fart.
It was the dog.
And you look at me.
What
What the fuck?
I don't know.
The dog. Continue.
so I did that. And then as I got older, I stepped away from religion. I was sort of more of a bit of an atheist or agnostic, you know, believe in something but not really religion. Then I converted to Islam when I married my first wife, read the Quran. In my older age, I'm sort of coming back to the Bible a little bit, but I think it's really tricky if you start, I don't know, are they trying to enrage the religious people, or is it just because Catholics don't really stand up for themselves these days much? Like, you wouldn't do it to Islam.
Yeah, I was gonna say you wouldn't pass it.
You wouldn't do it.
those
You wouldn't do it
religions,
to Judaism. Judaism, you're anti-Semite if you do anything like that. So why is it okay
Isn't it all
to
just
do it.
pandering mostly?
to that crowd, to the LGBT crowd?
Yeah, just the vocal minority
Yeah.
of fear of being rejected through society and social media and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe for like positive viewership as well, because if you have the LGBT community wanting to cancel someone, that generally puts a bad light on them because they're so vocal, despite being a minority or whatever. So they're trying to pander to that to appease them.
But what are you going to cancel? You can't cancel Olympics. because
Yeah.
you didn't go woke enough. It was just a bit too much in
Yeah.
your face. Is it something that I'll let my kids watch, open ceremony? No.
Mm.
It was too much.
Mm.
Too much in your face.
Do you see when they introduced South Korea, they in the French and English translation, they introduced them as North Korea?
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't like that.
But Kamala, she said, we have the other day, she was, they had some sort of ceremony with, to do with South Korea.
Mm.
And so she's up on the podium and she's like, we've had a long and strong alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it just keeps going as if nothing happened. It's like, oh, yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
Wrong Korea. But yeah, sorry, back to the Olympics. So they, after the whole comparison to the Last Supper came out, they tried to quickly come out and say, oh no, it's actually meant to be
apologise, yeah.
Dionysus.
But what?
Dionysus, which it's like Greek or
Sounds Greek.
like a Greek god kind of tradition.
Does that piss them off?
No, because it's not the same. They don't have the same hang-ups on homosexuality and stuff like that the Bible does. But the depiction of Dionysus was actually painted like 150 years after the Last Supper.
Yeah.
So it's like they would try to get away from it by going, oh no, it's actually this, but like that actually came after the other one, and the other one, the Dionysus painting, was probably based on the Last Supper. So it's like,
like it's got some ties in with it. So
on the halo and all this stuff. It's a bit
more
too direct.
evenly. What's that with that blue guy sitting on a platter?
Well, that's the Dionysus character, I believe.
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't know.
Mm.
He's like a
I don't think I saw that.
like a
No.
blue Smurf type character.
Yeah,
God,
Uh,
do we have to see it again?
it's pretty bad. But
Mm.
it's in the whole 360 now. I think there's more people that are like disliking the LGBTQ because they're doing too much now. It's like, okay, calm down, we get it. You know, it's like,
Probably.
yeah.
it's been shut. It's been Googled. It's been shut down.
You serious?
Oh, wait.
And you haven't specified a year. Let me
Yeah.
try that. Oh, there we go.
There we go. To get more.
Far right, is it?
Wait. Let me.
Oh, yeah.
Blue
Zoom
guy.
in.
Yeah.
What is that meant to be?
It's meant to be Dionysus, I guess. I don't know. I don't know enough.
Is that the picture where the guy's got his? Yeah. Okay.
This guy's what?
Got his
The
what?
second from the left.
This dude?
Yeah. Now look down lower. Yeah. What do you see left?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
no.
Yeah.
It's hanging out. No.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah. But
Today they had some data about people who consume this is uni by the way, who consume online screen media and like the ages and like for YouTube, I'm pretty sure. and it said and males and females, and it said the bottom right, this data does not show brackets for the other genders. And I was like, because you can't really put data in that. Like there's no.
So you're saying there's only 2 genders? Is that what you're implying?
No. I'm saying like the data said that, and then they had like the teacher put a little bit at the end.
Gaslighting him.
Yeah, look, I think people can identify however they like. Go for it. It's your life.
But don't force me to do what I don't want to do. At the same time.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a tricky bit. It's like you need us to refer to you as and how you would like, which is fine, okay. But then the same community calls people like me a cis male or a cis woman, and it's like, so you're adding words to our vernacular, and you want us to abide by that as well as to your own. Like,
there's no give or take. It's just take.
Yeah.
Like they're wanting to also label us in a negative connotation, but we can't do the same to them, and they're wanting us to be hybrid.
We aren't wanting to label them negatively.
Well, if they're doing it to me, I want to do it to them. But off the bat, not necessarily.
So yeah, live your life as you like, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not really hurting people, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I won't really associate myself with those kind of people because we generally share different values anyway. So
it's pretty weird.
In different circles.
It's pretty
yeah,
weird.
exactly. So I wouldn't have to deal with it. So I don't really care.
It's pretty weird. The Mardi Gras, what they call them? Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
That they take kids to there and they have like adult men
And like drag
weird,
shows and
weird costumes by a leash. And, like that's pretty weird. Like
yeah,
what's
I know
up
what
with
you're
that? Like there should be an age limit if you're going to show that. It's like it's positivity. Like you're like supporting them, but like if you're supporting them, at least don't dress like that if you want families there. But if you want families there, if you don't want families there, then I don't care. But that's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I mean,
like a straight man shouldn't be doing that either.
well, yeah. I mean, but don't we get like? Isn't there indecent exposure laws and stuff like that?
Yeah,
It's
probably.
like it's not allowed if you're a
That's new,
straight
though.
person running down the street naked, but it's fine if you do it.
in a festival, I guess.
Or even in a room where you're a drag show for children, that's allowed, right?
that concept.
They got clothing on, don't they?
Yeah, but
So it's
there'll
not
be
decent
it's like
exposure
it's like sort of BDSM style stuff, like leather whips. It gets
implied.
it gets a bit indecent, you know.
Like that.
Like
Worse
what?
than that, probably.
Well, the guy's got his testicles hanging out. You got this blue guy there. Like it's.
Well, I mean that's.
Not as
I don't think that was intentional. I mean, the dude probably did it
was
intentionally,
intentional.
but
the choreographs didn't probably do that intentionally for the balls to be hanging out.
yeah,
I think it's just the one Michael. Gotta be accurate.
it's
Yeah.
just the one. Yeah. Dangerous ground, man. Dangerous ground.
Especially
I'll probably get
talking,
fired for this one.
talking about.
Oh
the
yeah, you
podcast.
do have to be kind of careful of that stuff. A little
Yeah.
bit.
But no.
We support-
I support you in your lives and your choices. It's fine. It's all good. But yeah. Doesn't need to be the opening of the Olympics
Yeah, I know.
and pissing on religion. It's like
So do you reckon it'd
It's
be
too far.
Do you reckon? Do you
Keep
reckon
it
this,
about the sport.
if it
pick
wasn't
another sport.
No, just keep it about the sport. About the
Yeah.
performance.
They could have been. It could have been
Like it doesn't
different
have to.
sports.
Doesn't have to push any agenda.
Yeah.
I'm not.
yeah.
We're not saying this one's bad, whether or not we agree, but it doesn't have to have an agenda.
Yeah.
It could just be about the performance and pushing human physical capabilities.
Well, I
Doesn't
think
have to be anything
the
more than that.
whole wasn't. I guess their whole thing was trying to push diversity and
Yeah, stop that.
equality.
Who
And all
cares?
sorts
But
of stuff.
isn't that what the Olympics is for?
But you can push that. You can push that agenda without it being obscene or disrespectful.
No,
to-
but
But to
isn't
whom, you know? Like everyone's got their own standards, I guess.
but isn't I'm
Like,
saying
pushing agenda. What about all the TV shows that are pushing this agenda too, as well?
yeah, true. But isn't the Olympics for diversity and like coming all together and like coming together?
well, it's still there's only technically the male and female categories, so maybe they need a multi-gender.
They should just add a third category, which is transgender. Anyone who is transgender, regardless of whatever, can go there. But
Yeah.
don't mix the transgender with the non-transgender people.
Like
Do they
like
now?
the boxing.
Was that boxing? Was that in the
situation?
Olympics?
From what
Yeah.
I've heard, that they're not actually transgender. They're born female. They just have high testosterone levels.
Well, no, but she has an X and Y chromosome.
Just
Apparently,
this is like happening. Like
yeah. The box. There was a boxer at the Paris Olympics.
who won?
She
The-
she
She
there was
quit.
two of them. Well, one of them, the one who came silver or whatever. She bailed. She got hit twice. First time she got hit, it knocked the helmet loose. Goes fix it up.
You have helmets?
She gets She gets hit again, and then she called it. She's like, "Nah, I've never been hit like that."
Is this the X and Y
the
one?
Dude versus
the
female,
woman's name,
genetically, sorry.
the XY woman's name is Imani. I man. Oh, you could have changed the name. But yeah, I don't think it's as simple as, like, yes, she's born female outwardly, but I believe they were like, there's like inwardly she still has like testes and stuff like that. That's what I've heard.
If she developed with higher than normal, like men's equivalent testosterone levels, she should not be allowed to compete with females.
Yeah.
Because regardless of if, let's say, she goes on hormone therapy before the competition to have women's levels, her lungs, everything is still developed with the testosterone previously. So she still has an advantage because everything's developed to a greater extent.
I don't think
they
body
can do it that way. So everyone's got to, you got to do everyone's baseline of what their testosterone levels are, and their baseline, and see how much percentage increases. You can't.
Well, yeah, but there are ranges, and if she's like 100 times over the range, then you know something's up. And with women, their testosterone levels are around, like, I think 40 nanograms per deciliter, and men's the average is like 600.
What is it now? Nowadays, like usually.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, women now, I think.
You get the women who do bodybuilding, and they have.
What the hell, dude? From afar, that looks like a guy.
From a close, it kind of still does.
I'm just glancing like quickly.
Yeah, she's got way bigger arms than me. I mean, that's not hard, but
yeah, females can do it.
That's not hard.
Can't judge by the arms.
But
But
it's
you got genetic
photo?
females that have got large arms.
Her face looks like a female a little bit. Her physique does not.
yeah, like the. Ooh. Where's the video?
So has she won that sport category? Or?
Yeah, she came gold. She won.
Oh god.
She won.
I
believe.
What country is this?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is in France.
This is Khalif, not Armani.
Huh?
He
Yeah,
said-
Armani Khalif.
Oh,
Imani.
it's like Snoop Dogg.
That is the-
That was a bad joke.
This is perfect for hard to reach places.
What country is this from? Over here.
That's
Hang on. Where is she from?
Yeah.
Is it Algeria? 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 No.
Yeah, Algerian.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Many were there to cheer Khalid ahead of Tuesday's fight. She's been under intense scrutiny because of misconceptions about her gender. CNN's Miss Bell explains.
It was the match that saw Iman Khalif get through to the women's welterweight boxing
That
final.
Asian looked like a man.
Surrounding the Algerian boxer appears to have done nothing to dampen the enthusiasm of the crowds who turned out once again to cheer her on. On the contrary, as the row over her gender has grown, so too apparently has her support, as it has for Lin Yutin. The Taiwanese boxer.
I want to see the boxing match.
The World Championship.
No.
Undignified approach.
Just
Opinions.
yeah.
Algeria.
Video on.
I'll say it's anyway. The country, Algeria.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I
No,
want to
just
see it. I
answering
want to see the
I was
fight.
answering Toupe's question. So.
I'm probably misspelling that.
Poor lady, genetic born lady, the one who had to sort of, throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Because she's fighting against
The Hulk.
I would not.
Yeah, but it's not just the strength; it's the stamina gets increased as well.
You have increased blood count, your stamina, your lung
To be fair,
size.
I'm a
everything.
man and I wouldn't
So
want to
much.
verse that man.
Unfair advantage.
Yeah, that's why.
So I'm a guy. I wouldn't want to verse that man or female.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to.
yeah, they know how to box.
Stop misgendering. You get in trouble.
Even the one who put down the towel still kick your ass.
Yeah.
They're trained to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't stand a chance, but I'm
Might be able to run away
I'm not an
faster, though.
athlete.
So you couldn't find the video because they cancelled it? Or?
What the heck am I doing?
The words we use.
Yeah, I can't find the damn video because it's just everybody talking about it, not
Maybe just say
2024
I would have just done fight footage.
fight footage. Good, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I don't really
fight
care
footage.
enough, but if I was, I don't really care enough. But if I was going to search, that's how I'd search it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh my lord. Is it?
Surely you'd have to pay for it, no?
Pay for what?
No?
Oh,
Hang on.
maybe.
Yeah, because people don't like giving... Oh, this might be it.
This was not the Olympics. Oh no, it's bloody
A video.
a video game. Damn it. I should prepare more for these bloody. There we go.
You think the fight's 2 minutes long? Oh, they did tap out.
She tapped out pretty quick. Oh, for God's sakes, do we have to?
We're spending more time watching the ads.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. What view are we on? Still on that. Everybody can
Was
watch
that
the ads.
was that the only sport in the Olympics where
With
there
a
was
transgender?
a genetics of that person playing the opposite sex?
There was
I
some.
don't know.
There
It
was,
could be opposite around. You know.
there was one more.
There was
I
another
think-
one?
yeah,
I only heard about that one. I didn't
For
know about
boxing
that
or
one.
for a different sport?
different sport. I thought there was, and I can't remember.
Well, if it's archery, it's a disadvantage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Women are
that's
better
last time.
at it. How about that? How about
I was
that?
literally going to say that.
Everyone all at once.
They're all excited. Look at it.
Yeah.
They put a new sport in, didn't they? Breakdancing or something in the Olympics?
That's it.
And skateboarding, right?
No, that was two.
No,
that was last
I don't
time.
know how I
last
feel about
time.
that.
Sorry?
I don't know how I feel about that
Yeah, the,
Breakdancing.
as an Olympic category.
have you seen the Turkish dude with like he was
The
for
shooting.
The shooting?
Yeah, one hand, both eyes
That was the most badass thing ever.
You've seen the memes and that?
Yeah.
and nothing. Just talking nonsense. Oh,
There's images at least so we can see it.
no,
Just look
you
up that
gotta
fight
see
name
the
and just
hit.
type highlights or something. Just the person versus.
I don't even know who they're. 9
9
hours?
hours.
Seriously?
Surely in those 9 hours we see the clip
Yeah, like,
No, it's one of those where they just keep repeating over again, I think.
with different languages.
No, just saying.
oh my god.
No,
Shoot
just
me
ask for a fight.
in the head.
It's going to see how much longer it goes for till he gives up.
Huh?
Yeah, you got to add a 4 minutes. Or anything, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
For what? How long it takes me to find it?
No, how long till you give up?
Ah. I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
I want you to see the hit. It was brutal.
That's the hit there in slow motion.
No, it's not. Watch the mat. Is that it? It's better be it.
Ooh.
P now.
Just reload the
Access to protected content.
Yeah, wrong country.
VPN. That might work.
VPN into Algeria.
No.
Who's she play against?
I give up. 1 minute.
Like what
Plus
country?
the...
What country did she
Plus
play
the
against?
I don't know. But she was crying like she's like, nah, I'm out, and then she's just on the floor.
fair.
She's crying.
Have you
She's
seen
like,
I'd love to do boxing, but I'm too scared of brain damage. That's why I can't do
yeah.
it.
He did it for a while.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Um,
You were learning under Costa Zoo, was it? Who was it?
Lester Alice.
Lester Alice.
Yeah.
this is like a famous boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australian boxing. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Good fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You-
Good,
you-
good,
You,
good.
you wear head guard and mouth guard and stuff like that.
It's good for exercise too in general, and also like mentally it's good, and yeah, not too much
Exercise is
it's
good for mentally, but yeah,
It's
no,
good.
you have to be fit.
Yeah, 100%.
I suppose it would get you fit too if you.
Yeah, the
start
process
doing
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, legs and
Yeah.
punching and everything.
And did you ever fight, or you just did
No, I was just
training?
doing sparring lessons.
Sparring,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Did
I was
you
trained to go for a fight. That's what
Ah.
my goal was.
Cool.
And going to Thailand as well, learning Muay Thai.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, just didn't happen.
Would you ever try to do it again, or
No, too old.
was this when you were like younger?
I get injuries just from walking, let alone just.
Waking up.
Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
16 to early 20s. So,
Sweet.
yeah. Yeah, went a bit hardcore into it. Built a full-size boxing ring
Did
in
you?
my friend's backyard.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was fun, but while it lasted.
You never had any like shits and gigs fights with your mates, or
Oh yeah, we were sparring with a friend because we were training together as well.
Oh, okay.
For Australia, so we built the boxing ring in his backyard.
But nothing too serious, right? You pull your punches, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It depends. But yeah, you don't want, like, if you see that you got a bit of advantage, then you got to
Right.
ease it up a bit. Yeah.
Right.
Or else if you injure him, then who are you going to spar him?
You're not trying to kill them, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we stopped because he jarred his thumb. And
That is a lifelong injury that you do have to deal with.
yeah, we stopped for about 3-4 months for that, and I think then he moved to the other side city for his university, and then we stopped training there, and yeah, other things moved on. But wish I could continue. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm just gonna double check something, just in case. Just in case.
Is it still rolling?
I stopped it and turned it off because one of the mics was off. So just in case.
Have you seen the South Park video of the transgender dude going into female competing?
The Pandaverse, was it?
No.
Oh, competing. Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
It's bloody hilarious. It's like this.
Are you going to wreck it and say it really badly and just sound really transphobic?
Is it a recent episode?
Nah, it's like maybe 10 years ago, maybe. Or maybe 5.
Okay.
It was getting touchy. It was like at that point. Yeah, it's funny. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Flog that topic a bit too much.
Yeah, I think we're done with that. Yeah.
Kamala.
Come on down. Kamala. Which is they They say one of them is a bad way to say it. Like one way is like the
Kamala.
The conservatives say it one way, and then those who say it incorrectly is the other way. I'm not sure which one's which.
Whichever
Kamala
one Indians pronounce
Kamala. It should be.
She's Indian though, isn't she?
It should be Kamala. Should be the real one, but maybe it's Kamala.
I don't think
Kamala.
it'll really matter which
Kamala.
we say.
Well, they like Pramila always had a problem with the way I said her name.
Yeah.
Well, like she
wants to get on a good side. What is
Anyway, but it's similar.
Hopefully
Pramila,
Kamala
Vimala, Kamala. Should be Kamala. Anyway, Kamala Harris. What do we know about Kamala Harris?
Sorry, who's that? Oh, Kamala. Not too. Don't look at me like that. Not too much.
Not too much.
I don't think the hopes are high though, from what I've seen.
I think they're getting higher.
Oh,
like
are they? I don't know
her
much.
like people are just rallying behind her
Oh, really?
suddenly. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Even though she has no track record whatsoever. What do you
Why
know
are they
anything?
rallying?
It's making me cringe how she's getting into social media and trying to like persuade young adults, I guess. But Trump does that too, but not as much as Kamala. That's how you said it?
Come on. Whatever.
Yeah, that if anything, that actually makes me more cringe because like you're an old person doing it just to just the easy sell, I guess. And whereas Trump does it as like more, not as a meme, but more as like fuck around. Whereas hers, it's like
trying to connect.
Yeah, trying to connect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't really follow it. No, don't really know much about it.
That's the
have no
thing.
interest either for it.
But that's the thing. She's been the vice president for the last 4 years. Nobody knows anything about it. There's the whole the whole trouble with the border, right?
That's her one job. You said, yeah.
Yeah. So like she was appointed the border czar for the vice presidency, right, and to be in control of it. She never went there one time. She was on the news the other day, and they were like, "Have you been to the border?" And she's like, "No." What about it? He's like, "Are you gonna go to the border?" She's like, "No, I haven't been to Europe. What's your point?" And it's like,
really?
Yeah. It's just amazing that she's failed so abysmally at that job because like millions of people have come through the border, open border policy, and yet there was no primary for who was going to be the Democratic nominee. So it was assumed to be Biden, and then Biden drops out, and then it's now assumed her. No, she wasn't elected their appointee or whatever. She just got it by default.
Is it how it's supposed to work? Officially?
No. Every year or before the elections, there's supposed to be primary votes to decide who gets to be the representative for the party.
And they chose Biden originally?
Yeah, they just chose him. But by default, there wasn't even a vote. They didn't do a vote. They just like...
It doesn't need one if you're
incumbent. I believe...
Happened here, didn't it?
What's that?
In Australia?
Our works completely differently to America. We don't vote for our leaders at all. It's just
we vote for parties.
And the party votes for the leader.
I think that's what America should be doing, because they can't just go to whatever party they like, Democrat or Republic. Usually, that's who they, if they have a set side, they don't care who's in.
Oh, blue no matter who. Yeah.
So, yeah, it should be more like that for them, because we do that for Australia. We vote for the
party.
The party. I'm saying they should do the same in America.
Why should they? Why?
Because that's what they're doing. Pretty much, they don't care if it's whoever's.
But I think at least voting, the ability to vote for your leader is a good thing. I think at least you get to go, I like that guy, I don't like that guy, or I like that girl, I don't like that woman. You could at least tell. With our politics, it's like, it's luck of the draw. It's like, oh, at least I get the party, but who the hell's going to be running it? No idea. Doesn't matter, because they all think the same and they all do the same thing, which is basically right. But at least in America, you got a chance, like someone like Trump, to change things up a bit, like set fire to a few fires. Mixing medical. You know what I mean?
No. Please expand.
Upset, make some waves.
You don't think this election is going to be fixed?
Isn't like TikTok and China like they're swaying votes or something through algorithm? Like they're trying to put algorithms for certain types of people in America to sway them to who they want them to vote.
Well, they spoke about that last time. They reckoned that Trump was using Russia to sway votes and stuff like that. I believe that was proven false. But I think both sides try to sway via social media. Like we've seen the Democrats, trying to hire TikTokers and whatnot to try and get them on board. Rappers,
basketball
players.
Isn't it how the whole marketing strategy is based on? Is about just using social media to sway a certain direction.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on your own algorithm, because you really get what sort of content you look for.
What do you mean on your own algorithm?
Everyone has their own algorithm.
Version of Facebook, or
pretty like you've seen the thing where two people get the same video, but different comments get brought up to the top depending on the way you swing.
Really?
Politically, yeah.
Oh. It keeps track.
So if you tend to look for more right-leaning content, you're going to get more right-leaning content. If you look for left, it depends if you like it and share it, you're going to get more of that kind of content. So
what you like, but that doesn't include their agenda.
So how do you sway
on you though?
How do you sway it if you're not going to get if your algorithm is giving you content that's not from the opposing side? Do you get what I mean?
What happens if the agenda is the opposing side?
So then are you saying that a right-leaning person would start getting left-leaning shit?
Or maybe less right-leaning?
I am on TikTok. We keep getting Kamala Harris montages and owning Trump apparently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm like.
But it's positive for Kamala's side, right?
Yeah, I'm like.
Okay.
I haven't really looked into politics, and when I do, I don't really want to look at that.
Right.
Interesting you said that, because in the last few days I've just been seeing Kamala.
They have to
flood
advertise
it.
Yeah. So, but I've gotten a bit of both actually. a few that were trying to show a positive light, and
I've got nothing other than what you've sent me.
Right.
My only source of politics on my algorithms is you.
Is she trying to change the gun laws?
I think she spoke about it. Oh, she spoke about wanting to go into knocking on people's doors and taking guns away, right?
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, in America, good luck. But see, I think that's from an older interview, and it's all her old stuff they'll try and bury, and now's the time for them to present a new face for her, which is why she's sort of presenting herself as black now. She's always been Indian, but now she's acting black.
And then Trump said that, and then he got so much hate.
But it's true. It's her dad. Well, now they go into her lineage and they go, oh, actually, she's half Jamaican, half Indian. The Jamaican side isn't black.
But I
dad's
thought
white.
this whole
Oh,
race
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
I thought it's about color, not about what nationality. Because you can have people from Malaysia that are actually darker than people from certain parts of Africa. So is that based on color or is it based on?
What is it? No.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
She's trying to align herself.
No, you said before she was saying she was Indian, but what does race got to do? I thought it's about.
He's basically saying who
tone
has
and
privileges to say the N word isn't based on race but color.
We're not talking about N.
No, I know, but in the principle of like how it's seen in terms of if you're black or not, it's not so much your race, but more literally the color.
I think she's trying to sell towards more.
She's trying to go for the bigger
instead of black. Yeah,
she's trying to go for the bigger population.
Yeah, so
there's a bigger black population than there is an Indian population. So she's trying to lean act like she's from the African American community. That way she'll get their votes.
Wasn't Biden trying to do that with all the different places he grew up and the different cultures?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah,
No.
That's funny.
That's just rant. Yeah.
It was like I grew up in the Italian community. I felt weird that my name didn't end in an O. I grew up in the Creole community. It was weird that he did it like 50 times, different communities. I grew up amongst the Poles and Russians. I was embarrassed my name didn't end in ski.
Have you seen that Will Ferrell movie? He's like a politician and he's going against some other guy. What's his name? I forgot the movie name, but he was basically saying wherever he went to, he said, "This is our nation's backbone," and every time he said.
Yeah.
And it's like different careers. Like this is a nation's backbone. He just kept on.
Yeah. It's like the bands. This is my favorite town. You know.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
You gotta have some sales pitch, some showmanship. But if you do the same trick over and over again,
it discredits itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else about Kamal? What else?
What about Trump? We spoke about Trump. You spoke about Trump last week.
Well, Trump. Isn't it funny how everyone's forgotten that he got shot? It's gone pretty quiet. Like the news, it's just sort of move on. Let's go back to.
I heard something recently, right, about that.
What?
Where I think because I didn't hear the audio of it. Just saw him, when he was shooting his head, doing that posing and stuff, and he was saying USA, USA.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy narrator was just referencing, how patriotic they are. And if they did it in the same reference as a prime minister did it here in Australia, and nearly got his head blown off and starts going, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi.
Like, really? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't pull off the patriotism quite the same way.
No.
Yeah, I just laughed when I heard that.
Oh, well, if you want to look at patriotism, Australia Day.
No.
Another controversial political topic.
Well, because there's so few places we can go get controversial in Australia. But Australia Day is one of them. It's like the argument is that it's Invasion Day, right? That it's kind of getting rebranded as that. Here's the thing: if it's not actually the day that we landed,
it's not the right day for invasion.
Yeah, it's not the right day anyway. So, okay. You want to change the date? Fine. Are we going to still call it Invasion Day on a different date? Or can we all agree to just celebrate Australia on a day? It doesn't need
have two things.
Huh?
Have two things maybe. One to celebrate modern Australia and then one to also...
commiserate?
Yeah, commiserate maybe the creation of modern Australia that we celebrated last week. But,
right.
Yeah.
Well, because I think Australia Day should include all Australians, including Aboriginals. So it's like, let's not exclude them. How about inclusivity?
It was never excluding them in the first place.
Well, I don't think they included themselves. I don't think they wanted to include themselves, maybe. if they consider it Invasion Day, right? If that's always been their viewpoint, okay, cool. Can we change the date and agree that it's not the day we formed Australia, but let's just say it's a day to celebrate Australia and that we're all here together in one team, I guess.
I don't think people are rooting for Australia anymore. And
what?
It's not. I don't think no one is really rooting for Australia anymore. Like, as an Australian, I feel like I'm Australian, but I feel like it's a good thing now. They're taking it away. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think they're taking it away. Like, where do I belong then? Like, it's you know what I mean? It's kind of
that's why you got to hold on to your beliefs, I suppose, and
maybe it's just part of psyops.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's that. I think that it is like, yeah, to put the term Invasion Day on it, you're already trying to make us feel bad for something we didn't do.
Yeah,
right. So it's like, when do we ever move on? Because nobody here was the ones who settled. Nobody here was the ones who did anything.
Argument would be that we're still benefiting from it, although I don't really see how that's a decent argument. But that's what they would say.
But what benefiting from what?
From
taking the land.
Taking the land.
But
someone would have anyway.
What usually happens to the victors, isn't it? Someone who invades land.
Yeah.
They benefit more than the ones who are the losing party.
Yeah.
It's just.
But it would have happened either way. There was some other colony or some other, you know, technically we weren't the first, Britain weren't the first people to come to Australia. But I'm saying it would have got colonized either way by some other country. Anyway, by now.
We're all immigrants, even Aboriginals. They just came
technically.
They came a really long time ago, but they weren't from here.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think their stance is Aboriginals is no one owns land, isn't it?
Yeah. What's it called? Terra Nullius. They announced it Terra Nullius because there was no.
Well, wasn't that the Brits that did that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Brits did that too. The Aboriginals. So then they had rights to take over the land freely without any conflicts against Britain. Like they couldn't oppose. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying that like, oh, no one's living here, but there were. But they were saying that because there was no.
Civilized
like buildings and roads and
I think it's just the people who are lost. They're the ones just whinging and complaining. Because you look at ages back. Now, just say you gave the Aboriginals their land back, they're going to be fighting in-house with tribes fighting for land. Tribes have always fought for land. So who owns the land? They say no one does until someone's got the power to take it from them. That's how it's always been.
I think they're called tribes. Here they're called mobs, mate.
No, but it doesn't matter whatever
you're right. There's like 1,500 mobs, and they did fight over land and fought over territory for sure.
So we did the same thing, just better.
Yeah,
in a bigger mass.
Yeah. But and who do you blame? Because every one of us are migrants. Just depends on how long back you were. First generation migrant, right? My mum was born in England, so for her side, I'm first. Dad's side, I'm thinking second or third. It's like, where do you count the line? Where do you stop it? Where does the guilt stop?
There shouldn't be any guilt. You shouldn't even start or stop. It's just about if someone wants to apply for a job, you give them the same rights. Doesn't matter on their culture, color, base it on their knowledge, base it on how they present themselves.
Equity.
That's it. Yeah. But life isn't that simple, you know. So you just got to take what you get, but hope for the best, I guess. But everyone always fights for land. Like, where do you go for how far back? You know, like the Vikings, they were invading UK for 500 years, but they never completely invaded because they were just in-house fighting over the gold, the trinkets.
A lot of them settled up in the north.
But the point of it was that their tribes were fighting for it, but they never united. So if we depart this place, and you're going to have other mobs, if it's Aboriginal take over land, they're going to be fighting over themselves. So people, it's just humanity. We fight for things. We get jealous. Oh, I want a piece of that. If it's land or your woman or an asset, how's it any different? Just be nice and respectful to each other. That's it.
So when did Australia Day? When was the first Australia Day?
Like, was Australia? Was it second? As in
when did we first
celebrate it?
I don't know.
Like, what was the original point? Like, was it to celebrate being together? And
I think it's to celebrate colonization, wasn't it?
I guess so.
I think.
Was it?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, it's roughly around the time
it's most of what I do
that they did land. So it's like, I guess we came here around this time.
Have you seen interviews back in the 70s or 80s, and like you'll say, "What do you describe as an Australian guy, like a person?"
Yeah.
And then now it's like a touchy subject, and they don't want to answer the question.
Like most things now.
Because
you can't talk about anything these days.
Like in the 70s, they're like, "Oh, I imagine a blonde hair, nice rugged dude who's low going and
Surfer
wanna like sometimes surfer or trying to have a good time." And now it's like, how do you describe Australian? Who's Australian?
Oh, right. You have to break it down to that first. What is an Australian?
Yeah.
Tank top, thongs.
Yeah.
I still have Americans flip flops and doesn't matter whether if it's raining,
hat with the corks, shoes, beer,
driving, going to restaurants with moccasins, thongs. And
Not driving, riding a kangaroo.
Yeah, my parents' next door neighbour, he was a truck driver, and he would go to a restaurant with those fluffy moccasins.
Yeah.
That's as broken as you can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty cool interview, like to watch. It was really, really funny to see. And they wouldn't answer the question. Like now, they just
what's an Aussie guy?
They were saying what's an Aussie, and even then they were like trying to clarify that they knew the answer. They knew what they wanted to get.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh,
they were just trying to be woke."
Yeah.
Trying to break it down and what's the word? Virtue signaling. Everyone's virtue signaling nowadays. Everyone's trying so careful not to offend anybody that it's offensive.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. It annoys the shit out of me. It's like, just fucking say it. You know you want to.
Yeah.
That's how we started the whole topic. We couldn't even really get it out.
Yeah, it's like,
5 minutes.
It probably did say some fucked up shit, but we're trying. Okay, we're trying
to understand.
Yeah.
No, I think you just got to make your opinion because you can always piss somebody off. So.
Yeah, if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one.
Oh, yeah,
pissing everyone off, that's right. Just be yourself. Toupee.
Touche.
Tell us a story about your haircut then.
All right,
let's go there.
Let's get off the politics, man.
So basically, I asked for a trim. Even my hair before was pretty white.
Family member or actually a
hairdresser?
No, you paid for this shit.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I want to trim. Maybe shave the sides, but not a lot. But like shave it like just like maybe up to like here, and then trim this to kind of blend the top and keep the top kind of bigger. So it would just give it a trim. Yeah. And then when she shaved, she's like, okay, got you. And she shaved really high up. And then the toupee was even worse. She was like, okay, so you don't want that much cut off here. I was like, yeah, now I do. Sort of. I was like, try to. Before I said like that much off the top. Now I was like now it's like that much off the top.
Did you go? You should have gone with
was it
or something.
Barber
I don't have.
Was it a barber?
Like no, a hairdresser. I usually go.
No. Was it a male or female? Okay.
And he explained it poorly in a Mikey way.
What do you go to, male or female?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Why
But I'm at fault.
Because I go to male barber shops and they're just
100%.
Not good.
Nah,
I think at one point I said
hopeless.
you tell me what looks good.
What were you saying over there?
No, he's asked if I go to a male or female. Like I go.
I was wondering
I
why
used to
you
go
asked
to the
if it was a male or
barber shop.
female one.
I used to go to the male barber shop and I just.
I don't like male barber shops anymore.
No, because the fact that you start. You get this random person who's going to do work on your hair, and it's like, okay, is this guy been in the country for a long time, or is he just a Bodie and just come on? Because if you look at them, the ones in our shop centre, they're Afghanistan, and they're usually bringing their own cousins and family members, and you get a haircut by an 18-year-old or a 50-year-old, and you're just taking the pot of luck if they really know how to cut the hair.
Right.
And also that they don't.
Like they didn't know how to cut your hair.
No, but like at least she took her time, whereas. Like half an hour. But these people, they try and get you in and out.
Oh yeah.
They're like 10-minute cuts. Yeah.
Try to do it really quickly, and even then, they don't even look at your head. They're like talking to in their accent, like yelling, like talking as they're doing. I'm like, what are you doing out there, mate?
Maybe you need to spend a few bucks and go to someone who's better.
I think it's like people have afros. You got to go to certain people who are capable with that style of hair.
Like curly
Yours
hair.
is curly.
Yeah.
You can't just get the clippers and go like that because then you're going to get the undercut and have the hangover like you got there. So they just weren't accustomed to your style of hair, type of hair.
Do you want to cut it?
If it needs to get shorter, I was probably just going to leave it.
Anything's got to be better than that, bro.
It's a good buzz cut.
I can help you out.
In a month's time. Like, I don't know.
Dude.
Because it was
You want to
because they'll shave it all off. You'll get the what is it? The headphone indent.
Yeah.
You're a gamer.
No, but if you cut it, then it'll be shorter and there'll be no more curls. The less long length, the less curl it'll be. It'll just be more of a buzz cut at this point if you keep on cutting.
We can do better. I can do better. Trust me.
I have a party tomorrow. We'll try afterwards.
Do it on the podcast in case it goes poorly. Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just use a fucking clippers and it'll literally just be like this short.
No, it won't, mate.
What do you need fixed on that?
You want to keep that? Be my guest. Be my guest. I guarantee I could do better.
No, if you just style it.
Oh, I have no products in it, man.
Yeah, so style it. I think it'll be fine.
Better looking mops.
I haven't used product in my hair. Like,
just push it back, the headband, you'll be fine.
It's really clear that it's like too short on the sides and
still pretty to me, Michael.
Thank you. Do you want to plug the hairdresser?
No.
Sued for defamation.
No, she was really nice. I didn't explain it properly.
No, plug means advertise the place.
No, right. But like, no, she's really nice, and I think she looked like she tried to do a good job, and she did. Like she did.
She did try.
She tried.
No, it's because I think I explained it poorly. Maybe.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, that's a good possibility.
Because I first just said, "Give me a trim," and she goes, "Okay, what do you actually want?"
Did she ask that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was
I think this was on you though.
Yeah.
If she asked again,
and I was like, just shave the sides a little bit, like shorter, and then just trim the top a little bit. And then but I said don't go up high.
You could have used the word fade.
Fade, yeah.
Blending.
Did you?
I said blend. I said shave a little bit, and then trim this part here, the middle bit.
Trim. See, trim means trim. So if your hair was really long, then she's just gonna trim that bit. It doesn't mean fade.
Huh?
So
trim is
overall
short.
Shave, and then trim. That's what you asked for. You got what you asked for. You wanted a fade, not a trim. Right? Fade blend kind of thing, right? I don't know. Hairdressers, help me out.
Like you just asked for a trim.
Shave and trim.
Oh.
Yeah, but like I was like saying like this basically here.
Yeah.
That's what I want shaved.
Yeah.
And then just go work my way up, just trim.
And blend the rest in.
And blend the rest in.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Nah, just that personal experience. It's all right.
That
was all I knew.
Because at first, like she was shaving the back, so I couldn't tell how far she was going up. And then she came here and she went really high up. I was like,
uh-oh.
Okay, now we got to do the usual. And now it's going to be short on the top.
All right, cool. Moving on. Let's do some clips. I don't even know how long it's been. How long has it been?
43 minutes.
If you stopped and started though.
Oh, that's right. I did stop and start. All right. Let's see what's on the gram. I got some.
Can the viewers see the gram?
Huh?
Can the viewers see the gram?
Not as yet. They will. They will. What are we doing? Yeah. My poorly named Kamala Harris folder.
I should have just went to you, Daniel, originally. Be free. And it couldn't get any worse than this.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure I did better last time. All right, let's see. Kamala Harris, depending on her target audience, is back.
That's really well done for when that was.
Yeah. I know, it was amazing. Yeah, morphs. That was new.
My skin is...
Oh, this is really loud.
That's Nina Simone singing right there.
Oh.
Y'all heard that song get sampled by Jay-Z in the story of OJ. But you know that Nina Simone's daughter and granddaughter and family did not get the royalties to that. Neither did they have any say-so in Nina Simone's documentary in her movie, because Kamala Harris in 2013, do you know that she took Nina Simone's estate from her granddaughter? Yeah. The same Kamala Harris that we all see running on the sister girl this, sister girl that. In 2013, she charged Nina Simone's daughter with improper use of funds of Miss Nina Simone's estate. And it's alleged that her daughter used $2 million, around $2 million for personal reasons. Kamala Harris's Attorney General office came in and they took the estate by fining Nina Simone's daughter over $6 million in penalty fees for what she did. Or what they alleged that she did.
I didn't pay attention. I just can't stop watching. I'm just straining his eyes, looking around. I'm just like, no, I'm not even.
I was wanting to say that, but I was like, I won't interrupt.
I was doing the exact same thing.
It wasn't absorbing the words.
But,
it's just like
$2 million of misappropriate funds, so they fined them $6 million. It's like just it's like you spent your grandmother's money poorly. We're going to take $6 million. Thanks. What the? And then the whole estate is out of there. It's just crazy. We should look at. We need to look at Tulsi Gabbard, my love of my life. Tulsi destroying.
The cameraman wasn't prepared on the right.
What's her name? Come on. What? This is amazing.
You have criticized Hillary Clinton as the, quote, personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party. What is the rot you see in the Democratic Party?
She used to be, oh crap, she used to be a Democrat. She left She left the party. Now she's an independent, but she's the one who should be running for president. This was the last election run. So Kamala tried to run for president last time, but against Biden as well. And then she did this one debate with Tulsi, and she just destroyed her. That afterwards, her like Kamala's approval just tanked, and just campaign just died after that.
Wow.
But this is an awfully long clip.
4 minutes, yeah.
Trying to get to the really good bit. Let's look for the short. Fucking short. Give me a short. No.
Click on the shorts option.
Where's the shorts option?
Filter.
Am I blind?
Will be there.
You want duration? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work.
Significantly reforming. In her time as Attorney General, she put forward, and this was while it was a Democratic state and all that sort of stuff. Like, she had the people on her side. I think she put like 160 laws forward. Not a single one got passed.
Yeah?
Yeah, nothing. She didn't reform shit.
Tell she's stressed there.
Ah, yeah.
California. She didn't say California.
Wait. Oh,
how she handled that
conversation? Never mind.
How she handled it? What?
How'd she handle what?
Did she continue talking and back herself up, or?
Let's see.
That needs to be done.
I haven't seen
and
it. I've
I am
only seen
proud
it
of
get
that
destroyed.
work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It
Thank
is
you.
why, and because I know that criminal justice
Thank
system
you,
is so
Senator.
broken, that I am an advocate for what
Thank
we
you,
need to
Senator.
do to not
Your
only
time is up.
decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response,
The
ma'am?
bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Yeah, Tulsi's a legend. She's so good.
Where is she this round?
She Hawaiian to say.
No, she was a senator in Hawaii. She might have Hawaiian roots. I'm not sure. I think she's Latina or something. I don't know. But she worked in the military, so like she's got a good service record and stuff like that. She's great. She does support Israel, but they all have to. Where's the thing? Oh, they did.
Okay, so what we're gonna cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Haven't seen this stuff for a while.
you're Indian.
Yes.
Okay,
'Cause
and I
you're
don't know that
Indian.
everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president. Yeah. So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been
People
telling people we're
actually
related
care.
already,
Yeah.
so this is...
That's the thing. Why is it even a deciding factor?
Like if I was in America, whatever, and the president or someone running for president was Greek, like it means nothing to me. I don't give a shit. I don't care. What
what's
does
your
it matter?
policies?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
image they
I
want,
get it.
pretty much.
It's just like I could kind of understand it if it's a minority because it's like, oh, we got here. But aren't like Indians like one of the biggest populations on earth or something?
They are, but not in America. I mean, there is
Yeah.
a large, there's
Yeah.
a large Indian
Like,
population.
why care?
Seriously? That's been an hour and a half. We have been going. Oh no, wait. The first one went off straight away.
Americans always make an issue, always about race.
Well, but the Democratic Party,
Always.
particularly, that's what they're leaning on now. She's a woman and she's brown. That's all they've got to stand on. They've got no other policies. Like, oh my god, say Ukraine is a country.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
Well said. I couldn't have done it better myself.
What are two things that give off the same energy?
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Sure, it's not Biden.
But just limit it to what we have seen. For us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
It is a love based on giving and receiving, as well as having and sharing. And the love that they give and have is shared and received. And through this having
Damn, it's
and
how sad you
giving
memorized her
and
speech.
I didn't know that. I was mumbling through having.
That's like me trying to like run for president. I don't know how to speak either.
Oh, it's crazy.
Give it a shot, man. You
Yeah.
fit right in so far.
Yeah, you could.
You got the same qualifications.
Except I'm not an American citizen, so or born in America.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be born in America.
Do you?
Right? Yeah.
Damn
qualify.
I believe so.
You can't be an American citizen. I can't like get my citizenship and okay, can I be
there
president?
you go.
But you can be mayor or something. Or like a what Arnold Schwarzenegger get? in California.
Governor.
Yeah, so you
He's
can be
the
governor,
governor.
but not born in America.
Yeah, unless someone changes the rules. Trump comes in, changes the rules, then you're the next president, right?
Yippee.
Who will vote me? Toupee.
Why are your knuckles all messed up? Who you been fighting?
Nah, it's from work.
Ah.
From a pit.
Do you get a bit bigger, mate?
No. A pit.
Yeah.
It's like it's where they put the wires.
You stuttered through this when you were talking to your mum about it an hour ago. Just say what you said then.
Okay.
You have to make new stuff up, man.
And basically, it's like a pit that has wires going through, and I have to put a rod through it, so then he can hear it from the other side. So I'm bashing it, and so we can locate where the feeder is.
Mm-hmm.
And in the pit, sometimes they're really tight because of the wires, and also the pit's plastic and it has, what do you call it? Ridges in them. So sometimes I nick them as I do that, and then it scrapes my finger, my knuckles.
Got it.
So yeah.
That was much better this time.
Thank you. I worked on it.
Yeah,
That time
you wear gloves?
No.
Or you don't get that feeling with the gloves on?
How are you feeling?
Could you wear gloves?
Yeah, but
No, that's what she
not
said.
really a
Really?
masculine thing,
Nothing?
I guess.
Sorry?
Not really a masculine thing to wear gloves, I guess.
Not a masculine thing.
Yeah.
With your toupee.
I mean, like, just if I did, they'd be like, just don't be a bitch.
But I keep hurting myself. It hurts. Yeah. Yeah. Chicks get dick scars, apparently.
The first time, like last year, when I was getting them casually here and there, like, where the fuck? And now it's like, after it's done, I'm like,
oh yeah,
and just walk on.
Yeah. Used to it. Yeah, that was like oil burns for me when I started working at Red Rooster.
He's like,
yeah, and he's,
yeah. Get used to it.
Mm.
But all right, what do you reckon we can summarize this podcast? That'd be cool.
What?
Summary of the podcast. Is it almost over?
Yeah.
What's a cool summary? What do we think of what we discussed so far?
Controversy, politics, and nonsense.
Yeah, pretty much.
There wasn't that much funny videos though.
Let's do some light-hearted shit before we go.
Oh, we can't watch any of what we filmed in the gym, can we?
No.
Oh, I gotta see my film.
Your film.
Yeah. That's 7 minutes or something.
All right, let's do that.
Or 6 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Buckle in.
They're short.
The flannel paradox.
Flannel.
Oh, is that what we're watching?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Second.
Mitchell.
Stop. Am I on?
Are you gonna show the Twitch stream? Not Twitch, sorry. YouTube. Stream.
There we go.
It's pretty bad film, so buckle up.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
Where is it? Over there.
We got marked down, had to do 5.
Can you put on 1.25%?
Let's start again.
Mitchell. Hey, Mitchell, are you with us?
I've seen this. I'm getting a drink.
You with us?
Sorry, what do you say?
As I was saying.
Your friend.
Hey, Mom. Whose flannel shirt is this?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mom.
It's your grandfather's. Found it in his old chest.
She sounds more Australian then.
I'm wearing the exact same thing right now.
Oh, you are too.
It's a different t-shirt, but
I like your flannel. You heard what I said, yeah?
Sorry, what?
I like your flannel.
Oh, thanks.
Fuck. Works every time.
Pretty good, is it?
Oi, know what I said? Oi, know what I said? You wear that photo way too often.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a point. You do wear that photo a lot.
What do you mean? You said it suits me.
Yeah, but don't you think it's time for something new?
You recorded? You recorded? Yeah. On a hand. Oh, yeah. I thought you would use a gimbal to pan around.
It was the gimbal. It's hard. I was jammed in the corner. It was really hard.
They do the entire time. Of my background.
It's
friends.
No, it doesn't. Fuck the flower. Get anything, yeah. This will do it. What the fuck?
Surprised you didn't stop the music when you zipped it up.
Still not dead yet.
See, the bag should be squirming. Can't escape. Yeah. Have some fish and wire pulling that toilet. Well, burning not enough.
Yeah, he wanted to burn it.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
Michael.
not actually burn it. So he took it out of the hole.
I like some of the shots in the classroom when you're like talking to people. I like the zooming in and out, really.
I wasn't zooming in and out. This was post.
Alright, whatever.
He liked it.
You should have jumped down the fire and burned you up. On the face, like alien style, you know.
Still alive. Oh, I like the credits. The credits cool.
Oh, okay.
Was there a post-credit scene?
Oh, no.
There's no post-credit scene?
No,
How are you going to set up the next universe? I want world building.
Good point.
Thank you.
Should have been a
Yeah.
post credit.
Like, how are you setting up for a sequel? Jay, I wish I knew your last name. You know who's you? Oh, I know who you know who you are, as I think.
No, we added student 5. We didn't know how many students there were. I didn't really count. I was like, just
Stop.
get it 5. And then by the time we had 5.
Stop.
Stop.
DOP. DOP.
Director of photography.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't you just write it?
Huh?
Why didn't you just write it then?
No.
Wait, you watched Deadpool 3, yeah? And you, like, for your work.
Mm.
Did you wait for the credits and see your name? Because I tried to see it and I couldn't find it.
I didn't work on it.
I thought you did. It's a dog pool.
No, we worked on it.
Yeah, but
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you didn't get credit, but you saw.
Yeah,
People...
why would I get credit for something
Okay,
you
yeah,
worked
sorry,
on?
I didn't know that. But you saw the people you watched it with, their names on it, or did they not put it on?
Yeah, no, they put them on.
You know, I was looking for it. I casually looked and I saw Mark Webb as assistant graphic producer or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the director for Amazing Spider-Man. I was like, yep, I know that. Because he does insane webbings, what's it called? Swing scenes. So, Mark Webb, let's go.
So you recognize the name?
Yeah, and also like his credibility to make something good.
But is it the same dude? Are you sure it's the same dude?
I hope so, because that was a really cool spot. I was just casually
There's like 6 Daniel Mays in IMDb.
Yeah.
So.
But I was like casually just talking to my mates, and I was like, oh wait, Daniel's name. I looked for 1 second, and I saw in the top right corner before I left, Mark Webb in that.
How come you didn't show the interaction of the class when you didn't come with the flannel shirt?
Oh, it's just because by the end.
No, at the start.
Oh, the flannel.
Yeah,
oh no,
yes,
because I did, and then that footage was not put in because I was running short for time. Oh, it was too long, and also I cut.
It was supposed to be 5 minutes long. It was over a minute.
And I cut a whole like basis of the film of me like doing better and like liking the girl and her noticing pretty much. Like I had a scene with me and her interacting. The audio wasn't correct. Like it was.
But that was that was while you were still wearing the flannel, right?
Yeah.
And but you wanted the scene without the flannel at the end.
Well, he walks in on the end, doesn't he? But there's no doesn't show the interaction with it.
Yeah.
You know, the response of, you know, do they like it? Well, hey, where
Are
is
you
it?
sure?
You know? Look better with it on, and now you know, like something. It's
No,
like,
fine, yeah.
where's the end bit?
There's a lot of stuff I would put in and a lot of stuff I would take out, and like the notes now.
It was running at like over 9 minutes.
Yeah, originally.
And then I'm like, dude, you got to cut heaps of shit. So I was like,
But a lot of jump
There's a lot
cuts.
to take out from that.
There is. It wasn't a great
Your
film.
neglect and abuse and abandonment.
For the flannel.
It comforted you, and then because someone says you don't like it, and then you ditched it. No longer you love it, and you want to bury it and burn it.
But it did kind of attack him.
No, I just
It was
want to cuddle and want to get back on him. It wasn't possessed.
Oh, it was a good flannel.
He came back alive, well, out of consciousness, so I didn't really finish him off.
Did you get the scenes for Spider-Man 3?
No, we would. I don't think you got the reference.
The dancing scenes. That's
The
Spider-Man
whole
3.
dancing. The dancing that was Spider-Man 3,
And
and
also-
the thing you my track around you didn't like.
Because the dancing, I just zoned out on that.
They're just memes.
Because he wanted me to do it exactly the same, so I had to try. He made me watch it and time it out, so I have to hit all the timings,
So that with the music,
it matches up with the music that he wanted to rip off. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for it.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't copyright strike when I posted it, so
you did or didn't?
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, you only have 4 subscribers. Dan has like 8.
111 actually.
Yeah.
Where is it?
They're all paid for.
I love you all.
$5 a
Love you
month.
all. Please
Me.
like, comment, subscribe.
Dude, it was pretty cool, man.
It was it was decent.
I'm trying to find the video.
My favorite bit was like the when interacting with the classmates, like when she said nice shirt or whatever, and the kind of, well, I said zooming in, but he didn't like that and corrected me. But
yeah, I heard that.
Oh, because he only had one angle on that shot.
Yeah, whatever.
He only had one angle on that shot.
Yeah.
And it was just looking at it
Oh,
for
yeah,
like
it was-
30 or 40 seconds. And I'm like, how about we cut it and blow up?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I did that in my new video. I did.
I like that
It
because it was
wasn't
trying
boring,
to
it was
reinforce
more-
the like zoned out and then come in like, what did you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I did that.
So is that you're doing?
Yeah.
Well done.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So you know how like that's not needed. You know the one
post.
we filmed here. You know how the one we filmed here.
Yeah.
We had multiple camera angles, so it wasn't really needed to always have cuts in that, like zooming in. But with this one, I only had one camera angle.
Yeah. So you needed to
Wait, is it this one?
cut it up,
Yeah.
chop it up.
It's this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the flannel. Yeah. It's
The flannel. And I haven't worn it since that, and because I've had new clothes, and then I was like, it's time to bring it back, and it feels good.
Did you wear it to uni today?
Huh?
Did you wear it to uni today? Did they say anything?
Yeah, they're like, you have it back on. Why?
There's the ending.
Yeah.
I should have recorded that.
So basically, when I was creating a film, we had to like pitch an idea, and I had no idea. I had an idea, I got taken down straight away.
What was it?
Oh, it's just a music video. She said we're not doing that.
No.
We're doing that next year, and I might get copyright issues. And I was really pissed with that. And we only had one day to create an idea. And then someone said, why don't you make something about your flannel? And I was like, that's funny. And I was like, hang on a minute, why don't I? And I was like, okay, let's make it what's the word? Possessed?
Possessed.
Yeah. And I pretty much just ripped off Spider-Man 3.
So at first you got insulted, but until you had a good idea what to do with that insult, then you embraced it and you loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, because I wear it every single day, pretty much. I did.
Is in real life, are you saying?
Yeah, in real life. I had 2 flannels, 2 different ones. One that will look like exactly like this, but it's a jumper, a jacket, so it's warmer. And I have this one.
Have you ever worn them both at the same time?
No. No.
You're not that.
I'm not that guy, pal. But yeah, they pointed that out.
We're in the room at the same time.
So
that should be maybe part 2, huh? Try to cover over the flannel, and then you put the normal jacket on, it turns into the other jacket.
Yeah.
We had that. Well, we did that. You put on the other jacket, and
it ended up being a flannel jacket. You
know? One thing I learned as well with Daniel, we did the exact same shot. Oh, not shot, sorry. The exact same movement and dialogue, but all different angles, so you can cut them up and like make it more well done. I wanted to do that.
So multiple angles of the same shot. Is that what
just getting full coverage. So a lot of people will often go, "Oh, I just need a shot of him picking up the glass,"
and
so
getting like one from over there.
Yeah. So rather you do the whole scene. You'll do the whole scene from each angle, so you can choose where to cut where you want.
Make a DVD version of it. You can just choose your angles then. Huh?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Why not just get 2 cameras?
Yeah, or
do it at the same time, so you only have to do like one take.
Yeah, that too. But rather than like, because he has these shots in his head, it's like I just need this bit to this bit. It's like, okay, no, shoot all of it because you might want to use extra bits.
But then, because we filmed my room scenes and the outdoor first, and then we shot the uni scenes, and oh my god, it was so bloody painful to get these guys to like.
Careful.
Yeah, they might be watching this.
Okay, they know it, and I did this, and they pointed it out as well. Like
that's what I was thinking. Because I was going to say something before. I was like, actually, always say that.
They wanted to go home, and it was like after uni, and it was just dragging on, and obviously it was dragging on. There was points where it's just me and this girl filming, which we didn't even end up using, and they just wouldn't stop talking in the background. I'm like, I just need you to stop. We get that done, and then we just have you as. I just need them as background people.
Yeah. What did you think of them as classmates? Did you like them?
Oh, they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you notice during in the uni scenes, people in the background, especially the start, they're just doing this as I'm talking.
Yeah. He was following the action. And yeah, everybody in every
that's why I laughed a couple times.
They're
doing that. And also there was a point when there was a close up of the girl, and you can see it's not focused on the guy, but imagine the girl's here, the guy's face is in front of the lens. Like just he's like this.
Look it up in like 2 seconds.
He goes. He's doing that in front of the camera, and I didn't pick that up until afterwards. I was like,
"When are you cutting it?"
and I was not gonna like say reshoot it, and I was like, at the end of the day, it's pretty funny now, just to point it out. And some people do.
The teacher probably wouldn't have even noticed straight away.
No.
Are we getting a director's cut?
I think that's
could have held up, for that.
Yeah. I actually was going to have a director's cut. I was so pedantic. What's the word? Pedantic. What?
Pedantic.
Botanical gardens.
To not take any scenes out and leave them full length.
That's not pedantic. You just wouldn't cut anything. You just had everything, but it like full, like not just. You know how I said most people will just shoot the shot that they want, like, right? He's like, cut in and action. Cut out. like fuck me, Dave. Trim something.
Yeah.
You didn't trim anything.
No. I made a timeline. That's it.
Yeah, that's not even.
I did cut some of the stuff, like when the fighting one I did, but like even then it was sometimes dragged on a little bit.
So you kept the full thing. It's like, okay, now I cut to fighting myself and it's a minute long. Now cut to me on the floor and it's 30 seconds long. It's like you didn't trim anything. It's like, these are the shots I want. Yay! I'm done. You didn't. It's like you didn't watch it. Oh, well, nah. But editing it's a skill, and yeah, you just need to be cutthroat. What's the bit I need?
Yeah,
That's it. Just what's needed.
When I was doing my recent one, I was doing that.
Yeah.
And now, like, if you give me that footage, that you guys doing that, I will just see, like, okay, as an external viewer, not a guy who's created it. I just like, this is not needed. I'll just
True.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not as close to it, so yeah.
Yeah. Good point. It's not as a touchy thing. Like I like it. I don't want to get rid of it.
It should stay.
Yeah, but when you chucked it all together, did you actually watch it? Because you said you didn't watch it.
No.
So how many times did you watch it?
No, I know. I watched it.
But you can't watch it because he would have big gaps of black.
Because I was waiting for the uni scenes to be shot.
It was all just in pieces.
So it wasn't shot in order or anything like that.
No, it wasn't in order, but big,
just
with
huge
gaps
chunks.
and massive chunks. So yeah.
Yeah. Because I was basically thinking, I don't know how long these scenes will take. And I was making an estimate. I was like, okay, I'm not going to color this out right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking in the background, we probably will cut shit.
Yeah.
But also I was thinking, this is already a good shot anyway. Like, just
That's
leave
part
it.
of the process, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, I guess. Nice.
See? I didn't break the Lego.
He's blaming him.
Dropping a phone got to do with.
Well, Lego was broken mysteriously, and
Remember
we don't know how it
that?
happened.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying that because you dropped something, that's evidence of
your clumsiness.
Yeah,
Therefore you
it's not evident whatsoever, but I'm just making a joke of that.
Yeah, saying like you smelt it, dealt it. So you're
Well-
directing that blame straight away.
Yeah, I'm directing the
Maybe
blame
you've
onto
got
you as a
some
joke.
Half to play in it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
You were making the fuss that you couldn't do it. You had to, like, did you find the manual?
No, I just figured it out.
Oh, sweet.
That's like, oh, that's worked. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But
we're still pretty much in one piece. What is it?
the legs were in one piece. The rest kind of fell apart.
Oh, okay.
Boo-hoo. It's like the new generation. So everything's got to be just get the box, open it, build it, and just don't touch it. Leave it there. Lego was all about creating things, not just make it and
leave it.
Yeah, but breaks.
Actually,
instead of
yeah.
making a big
To
fuss,
begin,
mate, it's like, oh, this is fun. Put it back together
it
again.
was just a box of bricks, and it actually encouraged kids to just create stuff.
No, that's
since they started making sets, it's just about the sets, selling sets. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, I get you.
But yeah, get me to it.
Yeah.
Because like when I was a kid with Lego, I'd have like lots of different sets, all crap like destroyed, but all put together.
Yeah.
So I'll just build whatever I
Random
wanted
stuff.
from everything.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of like I have
One
a friend
thing.
who's really into Lego, and he has them as like collectible things. He builds them, puts them on display. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're meant to be whatever it is that he's
But that's
buying
not
from.
into Lego. That's just he wants just a figure.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
That's how he's into it. I guess.
Yeah.
The new generation, basically.
Yeah.
Except for me.
So he had a whinge like the new generation that instead of going and embracing it and go, oh, it's in pieces, let's have fun, put it together again.
Oh,
which
yeah,
one? Who the
Nah, not the Star Wars
dropped
Lego.
it? Who cares?
Not the Star Wars.
Who cares?
I've got boxes of Lego that is random stuff. That's fine. But the cool shit, leave it in one
At
piece.
least the dog didn't chew in it like
Yeah.
your other Lego.
No, it was
or
my
the figurines, was that?
figurine.
No, Luke. Did
He
he lose an arm?
he killed Luke, limb from limb. Ate the back of Admiral Akbar's head.
Yeah.
You know the Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah,
Who
his
ate
head.
him?
It was Timmy.
Who's Timmy? Oh,
Is it
Timmy the dog.
It's
Gotcha,
Timmy. Yeah, Timmy. Mum's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss that dog.
Was it on a podcast when he was doing it?
The Rebel Alliance.
Huh?
Was it on the podcast when he was doing it?
No, I did. I showed it on the podcast the following day.
I swear you saw like he was chewing something in the background. You're like, Timmy, no.
Oh no, he almost got his Garfield.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're like, oh no! I nearly died. I was like, oh.
He was worshipping it, or was just leaving it there ready
He just
to encounter later?
He just had it there
Because he had enough time to destroy it.
Yeah.
It was either a few minutes. Or so.
Yeah.
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 Oh my God.
He-
it was just.
Yeah, it was just sat
It's like
there.
sitting there in the middle of the run. Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting for
The foreplay. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Because someone would have got beheaded.
Yeah.
One dog or the other.
Yeah. On that note,
I understand. Yeah, I get it.
Wait, remember Show and Tell?
I was thinking about it last minute. I'm like,
What show and tell?
his
What for the
teeth.
podcast?
we
old teeth.
we
used to have
did in the
segments.
beginning. We used to do show and tell,
Yeah.
but
And he brought this crusty tin canister with old coins and pirate teeth in it. Like, it's
I don't know,
just
cool stuff to bring over, like Tesla coils and lasers.
testicles. We saw that on
Tesla coils.
Oh,
Testicles.
On the bright side.
I don't think I've got anything new there.
So what about your Tesla coils?
I'll just like show and tell. Just saying I got cool things I could bring in.
Yeah, actual Tesla coils.
I've just got a little Tesla coil. Yeah.
Is it like
Tesla coils?
Tesla coils?
Yeah.
Is it like from like a set you get, or you make them?
No, you just buy it. You just buy it and plug it in. It's a Tesla coil.
The thing you touch and your hand goes up, right?
No, that's a Van de Graaff generator. Tesla coil is the one with the coil spike, lightning off the edge.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And put insects on it.
I haven't.
Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
Putting what? Insects.
They put like figurines or
creates different resonating noises. So that people either put plants, insects, bugs.
If there's a distance.
It starts electricity and starts, you get all the little electricity coming off it, off the little limbs and stuff.
Yeah, it's exactly the one you're talking about that you've seen those videos on.
Wait,
it's that.
Is that from Sorcerer's Apprentice? That movie with
it's like
Nicolas Cage
it's a
and
mini
the,
version of them. Yeah, that's where I love Tesla coils from. That movie.
You just said, I swear I heard testicles then.
I did not say that. That's just what you're thinking about. It's a regular day.
Here we go. Here's a highlight from the Olympics.
Oh, this is the bowls thing.
Legit 9 to 12 inches from his dream.
Wow.
Look at that thing go! Can I zoom in? Does it zoom?
Do that. That's sniff.
Oh my god, that thing should have its own zip code.
Imagine if it was the other way around though.
What the f does that mean?
That thing should grab its passport because I'm coming to town,
Look at me.
Yeah.
I think the camera turned on.
Apparently he's got an OnlyFans though. Some people were saying that he did that on purpose to boost his OnlyFans account.
I doubt that.
Yeah,
time that.
Yeah. I mean, he
did that like Donald Trump timed it.
Yeah. The camera on? I swear I heard the noise of the flip. Is it on?
I heard the noise.
Oh
too,
no,
but I
died.
thought-
You died.
Yeah.
He hit his shin first, and then it hit his other shin. I guess.
Chin. I like that.
Yeah.
What's up with the Dylan or Daddy? What's his name?
Who?
What?
That guy. His
I
name's
saw
Dylan.
it adds the Mr.
Middle
Beast
left.
stuff. You know about the Mr. Beast stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About we're getting into it. Or there's another.
Chris. Nah, let's not go there.
Why's that?
It's the.
I don't know about that.
Should we talk ask about the podcast because like it's been going on for a while now.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Last one.
Bring it up then.
How to get any
Oh, I
girl's
don't
attention.
know what it was.
Glance,
I don't know
smile,
if it's Mr. Beast.
look at a friend, take a drink, look away, and bring him back.
This is
Flare the
floating.
nostrils, soften it, bite the lip, harder, puff the chest, mating call, look away,
That's not even
look at your
that
watch. Is that a fly? And we're back. Smolder, cross-eyed, hard to get, bite, laugh, and gone. That's a mystery.
That's not the original clip.
Now, baby face.
It's not?
Dance.
She's copying another fat white dude doing it, and he made that noise.
Right. Oh yeah. I think I know the guy, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But she's doing the exact same thing. What's that?
Overweight.
What did I
The
say?
white guy.
Not fat.
I said
Oh,
overweight,
right,
not over white.
Horizontally challenged.
Are you vertically challenged?
Comparatively, I suppose so.
Gravitationally
Inclined.
inclined.
So what's the issue with Mr.
all right.
Beast?
One of his dude
Minions.
was a dude.
Chris Tyson.
Trans. He went trans.
What's her name? Ava?
Yeah, Chris became Ava, and then he's just been done for trying to solicit younger people.
I think when he was Chris. Was it when
I
he was
get
Chris?
until now.
Until now as well.
So, yeah, he's been like trying to.
Did he switch what
young
gender
people.
he was trying to solicit when he
It
transitioned?
was still boys.
But that
At least he's consistent with one thing.
But that wasn't the problem with Mr. Beast. The problem with Mr. Beast was
They think
he cancelled.
was
He
aware of-
took him out, but he knew that he was a sex offender previously.
Allegedly. People are saying that he was maybe aware of some
his
of the
ex-workers for Mr. Beast said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I finish what they said?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
They allege that he was aware of some of the things that may have been going on. But it's all alleged. We don't know anything yet. But he just released his first video since. And it's got like...
Mr. Beast or Chris?
Mr. Beast
Yeah, okay.
released his latest video. It's nothing to do with Chris or anything like that. But it's gotten like 2 million downvotes. They reckon like it might be the end of Mr. Beast. It's like, oof. Nah. 2 million downvotes.
I've never watched a single one of his videos
people
before.
move on quickly and forget.
Yeah, well, hopefully. But I don't know. These kids, these young kids, they don't get over shit very quick. Like when they want to cancel someone.
Bring a new chocolate flavor out in supermarkets. I'm sure they'll like it.
Club with KSI and Logan Paul with the drink Prime.
But yeah, anyway, let's finish it up. I think we've gone over. Anyway, thanks for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff.
Ow.
Love yous. Come back again, please. Subscribe, mate. That'd be good. Sweet. Have fun. Bye.
Peace. Yeah.